My childhood growing up, I was born in Brantford and I was raised in Simcoe with my mother. I was always known as the troublemaker out of everybody. My school, I was always made fun of and everything. I'd always get in fights and I'd always get suspended every day. I always wanted to turn my bad habits into a talent.
Dustin first walked in the gym with his father and his younger brother. Back a few years, about 4 years ago now. They came in and Dustin, every kid that comes in the door tells you they're going to be a champion. So Dustin told me he was going to do really well here because he likes to fight.
And he was like, if you want to fight, you go outside, fighting's for bullies. And he's like, we train champions here. So if you want to fight, train, put the work in, and I'll get you a fight.
So I told him he was in the wrong place, he wouldn't fit in. I said, we train champions here, not bullies. And he immediately apologized and said that's not what he meant. And he's maybe the first kid that's going to convince me that he is going to be a champion.
Coach Mike, he's a nice guy, he's very classy, and he'll never put us in a fight where we'll walk through the guy or we'll get hurt. He'll always make sure that we get a challenge and that we're always improving and making adjustments. Whether we win or lose, we always get something out of it.
Well, Dustin was still novice, which is under a certain number of fights. So his experience was very limited compared to everybody else. When we went into the provincial championships, 2 days before the event, 2 days before the draw for the event, I made the decision to put him in the open division. So I called up Boxing Ontario and asked for the application, and they'll approve him into the open division earlier. We did this because he had already fought most of the kids in the novice division and had stopped half of them. So, my argument with Boxing Ontario at the time was, we can always throw a towel in for Dustin if he's in with somebody who's got too much experience, but we don't want to ruin somebody else's experience in the novice division. And Dustin went in and he earned his place. First fight, stopping somebody in the second round, his very first open division fight, and he continued on to win the gold medal. We went to nationals and it was a great experience for him. He hadn't really traveled yet. I mean, he was impressed just to see a mall with more than one level. So getting that kind of experience to me was more important than the fighting, than the boxing. So when we went out there and he did great. He fought really hard. A lot of people thought he won his fight, the fight that eliminated him, but it was very close. Could have gone either way. Invaluable experience. Now moving forward this year, he goes from the youth division to the adult division. So again, even though now he has enough fights to be considered open, he now walks into the adult division and has to fight. So he goes from being 17 to 18 and goes up against full-grown men. And we were able to bring home a silver, which was we were very happy about it. He went into a couple fights and really showed his heart. One fight, losing round one convincingly. And when he stood up in between rounds, there was no doubt in his mind he was going to win that fight. There was no question, there was no giving up, he's all heart. So he went out in round two, we had made some changes, and he won round two and he won round three and earned his place at the 2018 Nationals.
The upcoming nationals, I had to qualify again for provincials. This year I'm on the elite team, which is 18 plus. I had the hardest draw out of everyone. I had to start from the bottom, make my way up to the top, which is what I wanted. And I successfully made it to on the provincial team with the second place. And nationals is in March 28th to April 1st. In 5 years, I see myself hopefully going to the Olympics and being pro, always staying competitive, always boxing. I love boxing. Boxing's a part of me. It's something that just means everything to me. It helps me focus, helps me control my anger. It's just helped me out in so many ways, like finish school and it's just been a huge part of my life.